Urs Kalecinski, champ, what's going on, my man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, and it's quite funny to talk in English with you.
I know.
Because for the guys out there, I know Dennis since 2 or 3 or 4 years, I don't know, and he was one of the first guys. We did a form check together, and you said, "Hey, one day you're out on the Olympia stage."
Yep, I remember exactly. I remember
Here
that.
we are, at the bodybuilding EV in
You were still amateur back then, an amateur. Just before, just literally
80 kilos.
shortly before you got your pro card. And I remember we looked at you in Waldorf, which is a city, people don't know, which is a city where I was actually born and raised. Not born, raised. And we have a bodybuilding club, not a studio, it's kind of like a club. I don't know how to explain it in English, where old friends came together and put a gym together. And I saw Urs there, you, the first time. And I remember looking at you and I was like, this guy's got, and thinking about your age, I think you were 19 or just really young. I was like, this guy's got a future, you know, if he continues to improve and keeps the shape that you already had back then. I said, this guy's going to go very far. And look, a couple of years later, first, let me remember, then immediately after I saw you, and within the same year, I think you turned pro.
Yeah, 1 week after it.
Oh, really? So, and then I remember your pro debut was at my show in Germany.
Yeah.
And you placed top 5 in your first pro show. So you've never been out of the top 5 at any show, any pro show.
Yeah. And that's crazy. You called me before the show and said, hey, you have to do my show because of the German fans and everything. And I was like, I don't know. I'm fucking 89 kilos and I'm not ready. But and then I said, Dennis, I'm getting last when I'm doing this. And you said, no, trust me. And then I did first call out.
First call out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, unbelievable.
Crazy.
And look where you are today. But before we get to the point where you're at now, I want to talk to you about, you know, Urs Kalecinski. Kalecinski is not a German name.
No.
Okay, so originally, I know you're probably born and raised in Germany, but where does the name Kalecinski come from?
Originally, the name is from Poland, and both of my parents are from Poland, so the whole family is from Poland. I'm the only one born in Germany.
Yeah.
And Urs, the name is originally from Switzerland. I don't know why I got this name.
And I always thought you Swiss, because you gave me your first number I got from you was a Swiss number.
Yeah, because I lived in Switzerland for 1 year.
Oh, okay.
Because I had a job over there, and then I turned pro, and then I decided to do bodybuilding.
What you do in Switzerland? What job did you have?
I'm a PE teacher, physical education.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know. How you gonna be a teacher so young?
Because in the state Baden-Württemberg, you can do the only do the study for sports, and then it's about 2.5 years, and then you're done. So I did my school early with 18, and then I was before my 21st birthday, I turned teacher. So it's pretty cool, you know, with the kids in the what is it called in English, Grundschule, the first school, you know.
Primary, yeah.
Yeah, primary. Imagine I'm in the school.
So how old are you now? You're like 22 or 23?
I'm 23 now.
Now you're 23. So I just can't get over how far and how fast you got to the point where others take years and years and years. But get back to your parents. You know, I heard somewhere, I don't know, was it an interview or did I read about it, that your mom was into ballet. Mm-hmm. And your dad, what was your dad doing? A powerlifting or?
Yeah, weightlifting.
So weightlifting.
Olympic weightlifting, yeah.
So you grew up with athletes in the family. Everybody was an athlete.
Yeah, my oldest brother was a Bundesliga gymnast, so very, very high gymnast. Mm-hmm. And he would be a great bodybuilder because he brought me into this stuff at my 15th birthday. He take me with me to the gym. And he looked very, very good. all the girls and everything looked at him.
Oh, okay. So they be looking at you too.
Him.
They're looking at you too. Don't worry.
I have a girlfriend, Dennis.
That will not stop anybody to look. Trust me. They don't care. I'm married and I still get some people looking at me. So don't worry. Just because they look, it's not our fault, right?
Because you're looking like a 20-year-old.
Yeah, right. So listen. So did you do any other sports before bodybuilding?
Of course, I did breakdance for 7 years.
Okay, man, come on now. You can breakdance, and what do you know about breakdance?
You saw my Olympia posing. I did a little bit of some popping and locking.
Because I used to dance professionally, breakdance.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, that's why I know when breakdance started back in the 80s. I don't know about now. Now they're so far advanced that this is not even breakdance anymore. That's high level gymnastics.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But then,
basic stuff like windmill and head spin, easy going.
Still, you can still do it.
Yeah, I'm still doing it.
You should incorporate it into your routine. Do a little head spin or something at the end.
Yeah, but the stage mostly is like the floor is not the right material, you know.
I know.
I'm doing my head spin.
Lose a couple of hair. That's okay.
Burning.
Lose a couple of hair. That's okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So listen. Yeah. So you started training when you were 15.
Yeah, with 14, but with 14 at home. Because my mother don't want that I'm going to the gym, because she said, "Yeah, you end like your dad."
Oh, really?
because he was always at the gym and everything, you know. And then at my 15th birthday, I said to my mom, "Now I want to go. I want to look like my oldest brother and get some girls." And then she was like, "Yeah, okay, but before that, you have to work." And help me in the garden and everything. So I did everything in the garden, 3 hours, and then she said, "Now you can go." And then my brother took me with him, and we started to train for 1 year, every single machine in the gym. So we went there for 3 or 4 hours.
So you went through everything every day.
Yeah, we did everything, just one set, and then after we finished, we go home, and we did that 6 times a week. Yeah. So the overall body 6 times a week, and I started to grow, but then I started to read magazines, and YouTube came up and everything, and then I said to my brother, "Let's try this split, like 5 times a week, chest, arms, back, and everything." And then after 1 year, I had some good progress. I gained about 15 kilos. Mm-hmm. What's that in pounds? 30 pounds?
33 pounds.
33, okay. And then I grow. And then after 2 or 3 years, I met my first trainer. I think you know him, Paul Buchsbaum.
Paul.
Yeah. Paul. And at the beginning, everybody says like, don't trust this guy. He talks to everybody. But I was like, yeah, okay, you can learn something from every person you met in life. And then
they told you don't trust Paul?
Yeah, because
Why?
He talks with everybody in the gym, you know, and tries to tell everybody about bodybuilding.
But Paul,
I wanted
to talk about Paulo real quick. I got to give him a little bit of credit. Paulo's been in this game since I started. He was there before I started. I remember in 1990, in the early 90s, Paulo was competing, you know. So he has a lot of experience. I'm not saying he's the best coach out there. I'm not, because I don't know, but I know he has a lot of experience and is involved in the sport. He's been trying to stay involved ever since, till to this day. So I would not listen to people telling me don't listen to Paulo, because if it's for any tips, tricks, you know, he's still good for that. So
yeah, and I was like that, and then I talked to him. And he looked at me, we did a form check, and he said, "Hey, I want to prepare you for the stage, because you're looking like a young Dennis Wolf." And I was like, "Hey, Paul, what you talking about? I'm looking like nothing, you know, 70 kilos." but he saw the structure like you saw it.
Yeah.
And then, he gave me some regimen. I started to diet because until this point I ate everything what my mother cooks at home, and hadn't no idea how to eat right and everything. And so I got into this, and I learned a lot from Power. So I'm very thankful about it. And then I started in 2016 with my first competition. And I got then this first call out.
Yeah. So you're probably used to being in first call out. You don't even know what it means to, be at the end in the back.
But then I say to you, this competition was so crazy. They forgot my music. It was at the DBFV show at the youth what's that, Jugendmeisterschaft.
Juniors.
Yeah, the juniors. I was 16 years old. They forgot my music.
You're still a junior now. You're just 23.
Yeah.
Juniors extended to 23. So you could literally still compete in amateur junior categories at the age of 23. That's ridiculous.
True.
And you're already a top Olympian. That's crazy.
Yeah, but
let me ask you, how does that feel, though? How does it feel? You went from zero to hero in less than 2 years, okay? Tell me how you feel as a 22, 23-year-old young man. I almost said boy, but a young man.
Yeah, boy is okay.
This had to be super, super fast. I mean, everybody told you it would happen, but you didn't expect it to happen so fast. So tell me, what did that do to you? Because you went to Mexico after my show. You did the next pro show, was the show in Mexico, where you and Mike Sommerfeld, both from Germany, went to Mexico to compete. You came up short by 1 point.
Yeah, but that was the best thing. To losing in Mexico was the best thing for me, because then I decided to go to the US, and then I got into this, fell in love with the US and the crowd and everything, because sport is, you are from Germany, so you know how bodybuilding is treated in Germany, and it's like a subculture here. I go into my basement gym in Berlin and just train, and then I fly to the US, and it's a big sport.
So you left Mexico and you drove probably through San Diego?
I go to Mexico, and then no, I don't drove. We had to go back to Mexico City and then fly to Tampa.
Oh, okay.
And was everything spontaneously. So I sat at the visa, my brother and I sat there for like 4 hours and have to wait there, and then
people always ask how I got here. I was willing to work just a little harder than everyone else, every damn day. If I can have hundreds of hours back, I'm gonna grab them. Spending hours prepping chicken, rice, and vegetables, F that. I rely on perfect nutrition. I rely on trifecta.
Then we did it. It was crazy.
So you flew to Tampa. You flew to Tampa with a huge lineup. I think 42 competitors in the Classic Physique, and you came out and killed it.
And I remember Dennis was the guy. I didn't have your new number, and you texted me on my phone. Hey, do this and that, and you win the show. And I saw it after the finals, and you texted it to me in pre-judging. So
yeah, because I watched the live, and I said, this guy's going to win this show. Unbelievable. I mean, it was a crazy lineup. It had Steve LaRousse. Yeah. It was some good guys on there that you beat, and that's how you made a name for yourself. And I think that's why the judges, and I told you that after we talked, I said, you just won a big show. And, and the judges that were sitting at that table are the same judges, almost all of them, that will be judging the Olympia, so they will remember you,
Yeah.
So, but tell me, how did it feel knowing you came to the U.S., you won a show, you realized how big the sport is over here compared to compared to Germany, and then you went back to Germany to prepare for the Olympia. And I don't know if I don't know. I think I remember telling you why are you not going to another show?
Yeah, that's true.
You remember? But
You said to me, why you don't stay in the US? And yeah, at this moment,
I was worried. Yes, now I remember. I was worried because I was like, what if they, shut down again or something with COVID and you won't be able to get back in? And I told you to stay in the US if possible.
Yeah, if I'm thinking back, it would be better to stay. So next time I stay at your place maybe and prepare. But it was crazy with the COVID situation. I had to do the layover in Mexico, like 14 days. And I did it twice.
Yeah.
So I'm half Mexican.
Also, so you had to do it when you came back for the Olympia? You had to go through Mexico again?
Yeah, another 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. So what was the motivation like, knowing you're going to your first Olympia? So you're back in Germany.
That was my motivation.
And training. So it had to be like right up here.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I love this underdog mentality, because in Germany, nobody knew me until I was at the Olympia stage. So They
didn't know you after Tampa? Come on.
Yeah, not everybody. Not like in the US or in Brazil. The fans go crazy over there. But in Germany, there weren't so much. But I'm very happy that I can train in a real basement gym, where I'm by myself. Only my girlfriend, which helps me with my training, and I. I don't have this pressure around me and a lot of people that can interrupt your training. So all
right, fast forward to the Olympia. First call out, you standing in the lineup, they call you in the first call out. Tell me how you felt. Tell me what was going on at that moment.
Hey, to be honest, now I'm honest on this podcast.
Please be honest.
It was so crazy because they called like Chris, Terrence, Breon, and then Urs. And I'm like, what? Who? And I want like acting cool, I walk, I'm first call out. I knew this. But in my heart, it was crazy.
It was, listen, it was not only crazy, it was also well deserved. I mean, you looked unbelievable, for a newcomer, and especially at your age, that shit was crazy. I'm telling you. And I know it was a call out with, I think it was 7 or 8 guys in the first call out. But at the end,
we had 2 first call outs. They compared me 6 times or something. We went an hour on this pre-judging. It was crazy, but they really worked us. But the first call out were 8 or 10 people, top 10 or top 8. And then the last call out only was top 5. And that was crazy.
Did you know at that point I'm in the top 5?
Yeah, I knew it, and I thought like, what the fuck is going on? But I worked really hard for this. But you never know, because I'm 23 years old. I was the youngest in the Olympia lineup, so I was thinking about, okay, the guys that are the best in the world, and they have more training years auf dem Buckel. They probably looking much better than I do, but at the end, age is just a number,
True, age is just a number. That's mostly accounts for when you get old, not when you're young. But anyway, so now you placed 4th at the Olympia. You're on top of the world. You go back to Germany. Now, how was it now? What was the difference coming back from Orlando compared to coming back from Tampa?
It was not the same like with Big Ramy in the airplane and the first class and everything. I didn't have a first class seat, but it was very cool come back home, especially to come back to my parents, because they were really proud of me, and my mom saw the routine we put on together. We always do the routines together because she's a professional choreographer, and
that's so awesome.
Yeah, that was very cool. For the rest, it was great to have more fans and everything, but the best thing was coming back home to my family, and so they're proud. and bring a little bit of prize money. Because my mom always said, you can never be a professional bodybuilder and make money out of it. Just stay in school as a teacher and everything. So it's very cool to make them proud.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And also your fan base. I mean, you can see your Instagram is blowing up, you know. And this is what one show can do to an athlete. It's crazy, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nowadays it's really crazy. I don't know how it was back in the days.
Yeah. So when you look back at the Olympia, though, is there anything that you would have changed if you could turn back the time? Or did everything?
To be honest, no.
Nothing. Everything worked exactly the way you planned.
Yeah, maybe I couldn't train more harder, but you always can train harder. So yeah, we will see what's going on in the future.
So, but what was it like standing next to the top 3, Chris, Brian, and Terrence, all of in the first Olympia? I mean, you stand right next to these guys. I mean,
I feel a little bit like a fanboy because I always watch the videos and that stuff, and in my preparation I looked at the videos because that was my motivation. One day I'm standing next to you guys, but then it was very quick. I stand next to them, so yeah, it was a very cool feeling, and then to talking to them was also great, you know. And I had a 1 week after Olympia, I went to LA and trained with Brian and talked to Alex and everything. So yeah,
there's a nice camaraderie that the people out, the fans, sometimes don't see, because they only see individual on their Instagram, you know, telling about, I'm going to beat him, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
But they don't understand.
Backstage is so familiar.
Yes, this is like
backstage is great.
It's a huge family, and these guys, those are great athletes. I mean,
Chris
Bumstead, he's the 3-time champ, but he's also a huge personality, and you know, he's so down to earth, and you know, it shows, and it comes across also on his Instagram, and you kind of like very similar to him, because you're very humble. You know, you're still new, but you're still humble, and you know, and if you stay the way you are right now, I predict this already, that you're going to be
4 years ago.
I predict 4 years ago that you're going to be on the stage, but I'm going to predict that you will win the Classic Physique Olympia. In the future, you guys like Ramon, I mean Dino from Brazil, you guys are going to be the ones taking over. You know, I'm not saying it's going to happen in 2022, but I'm saying it's going to happen soon. That's my opinion. I'm not stating any facts here. I'm just saying that's my opinion, that you guys are the future, because, you know, and you hear it everywhere you go and everywhere, whatever you read, you hear how everybody's pushing you and everybody has you as the one to be able to challenge Chris Bumstead. Because you guys have similar height. You guys are probably the same height.
Yeah.
And very similar shape. Plus, you still have weight that you can add. How much? What's your weight limit? And what were you on stage at the Olympia?
101 kilos is the weight limit, and my stage weight was 95 kilos.
So you have 6 kilos. That's a good.
12 pounds.
That's a good. Yeah, that's a good 13 pounds that you can add to your frame at your height.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Think about it. You're just getting started, and you're already there.
You remind me on that, so I have to think about it. Yeah. It's crazy, but I take my time for that. I don't want to get
smart
too
move,
fast, too big, you know.
Smart move,
and then we will see. But yeah, Chris is great, and everybody especially in the top 6. It was so cool to be with them, and I was on the toilet, you know, 10 minutes before we went on stage at the finals, and Chris came to me, stand next to me on the toilet, and said, "Hey, crazy what you achieved in this Olympia. It was your first Olympia. It reminds me on mine 4 years ago." And then he said, "Hey, let's go do the pose down together." And then you saw it on stage. We did a couple of poses together, and it was really cool. And very down to earth. So I'm happy that I met these guys, and they're pushing me in every session. I think about the next Olympia, and the new placings.
All right. But before the next Olympia,
Oh yeah.
I'm going to make the announcement right now.
You can make it on your podcast because
Yeah, we are on the podcast right now, so we'll make it right now. Matter of fact, I can have the whole lineup here.
really.
Yes, it's not coming out till tomorrow, but I can tell you right now on my podcast. Let's just talk about what we even saying. And we talk about
Announce it.
We talk
People
about.
want to hear it.
I'm gonna have to explain this to the people because they don't even know what we're talking about right now. I was the one who called Urs and tried to convince him to go to do the Arnold. Okay, I remember.
And you did it. Like always, you did it.
But I tell you why. Because I really believe that you can go to Columbus and you can win the Arnold Classic Physique. I really believe you can. And if you do,
If you're saying that,
listen, I believe you could win this Arnold. I believe you can win it. I believe you could beat Brian. I believe you can beat Terrence. You know, because you have to be 100%, and sometimes people come in off. So there's a chance for you to come in with the hype that you created from the Olympia, with the hype that you have over those two guys, that you can go and win the Arnold. I believe you can. And if you win the Arnold, that will set you up for a match between you and Chris Bumstead at the Olympia. Then right now, right there, this is going to be, everybody will be talking about the same thing. If you win the Arnold, everybody's going to talk about Urs against C-Bum at the Olympia 2022. No matter where you place, but that's going to be the storyline, I guarantee you that. Okay, so I'm glad you decided to sign up for the Arnold, and I will officially give you a list of names that are already in the Classic. Well, that are going to be announced tomorrow. Okay, hold on. So make sure I don't say. I have the Open too, and we can talk about it.
yeah, if you say Big Ramy, I'm out of this.
No. But I'm giving you the Classic now. The Classic first.
Yeah, okay.
Classic will be Michael Daboul,
Yeah, I know him.
Terrence Ruffin, Ramon Rocha Cueros, that's his real name.
Yeah.
Urs Kalecinski.
Who's that guy?
Yeah, that's that skinny German dude.
Yeah.
And then we have Darwin Uribe and Brian Ansley. There might be a few names added to that, but this is your competition. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say I believe you can win this. Okay?
I'm working on it.
So yeah, so now you're in camp, you're in training for the Arnold. Everything has started.
I'm in the camp. Yeah.
Talk to me about it. Let me know what's happening right now. Where you at mentally? Where you at physically? And where you at
mentally? I had a good time off after Olympia, and that was very good for me because the other guys just did their shows, and I think I'm refreshed from the mindset, and you know how necessary it is to be in a good mental state to do prep on 110%. So yeah, my health markers are very good, and that's why I said, okay, I can do the Arnolds. And
did you consult? Did you
113 kilos?
Okay.
I don't know how much pounds.
113 is 250, 251.
Yeah, 251. So my cutoff weight is at 101 kilos.
That's 225. $224, something like that. Can you hear me?
Yeah, 225.
Yeah. Okay, so that's your.
Yeah, it's.
So you dropped 25 pounds. That's 15 pounds of water and a couple of pounds of donuts, or maybe some Berliner or whatever you had while you were in Germany.
Yeah, so, some Berliners. Yeah, but my off-season shape, or what you want to call it, was pretty good. So I have my striations on the glute and everything. So I gained a little bit of muscle, and yeah, I want to get very, very good condition again. That yeah, maybe I can.
How long does it usually take you to get in shape, contest shape?
Normally, Dennis, I love to do 16-week preparations, but yeah, you called me 12 weeks out, and then I started the next day. So now I have 12 weeks, but yeah.
But you did speak to your coach first. You asked him what he thinks.
Yeah.
And he's all for it.
Yeah, for sure. Why not?
Yeah. You're young. Listen, you're still young. You recover faster. So, and you had your time off. Trust me, there's no way that you will regret doing it. You know, there's no way, because you are one of the top guys right now. You're the one people talk about the most. You're the one that the Arnold wanted on stage. They wanted you on stage. You know what that means for the Arnold to say, listen, we want this guy on that stage? You know?
You make it happen.
Yeah, no, that's a major achievement for you, man. You're 23 years old. You're already right there. So now this is the time, you know, of course, you know, take your time with putting on the size and stuff, you know, because you have plenty of time. But this is an opportunity, not only because it's the Arnold Classic, that's the second most prestigious show in the world.
Yeah.
You know, to get the trophy from Arnold for you as a German would probably be something special.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it would set you up for a really, really good dogfight at the Olympia in 2022. And that was my thinking.
Yeah, that's true. And I stand for a new generation, for the next generation,
Yes.
I would say. And for me, it's I want the bodybuilding like back in your days, where you did like the Grand Prix and everything. Nowadays, they are just at the Olympia doing 1 or 2 pro shows in 2 years or something.
Yeah.
And for me to be a professional bodybuilder, you have to be on the spot in 4 to 6 pro shows a year. And I can do my improvements right after the competition, because, you know,
The post-rebound.
your body is like a sponge. And,
Yeah.
and then you build some 3 or 4 kilos or 5 pounds or something like that. And I think that's enough.
Yeah.
You know, if I would go from classic to open, then okay, I should take 1 year off or something like that to build some good muscles. But for now, I think the better approach is to do more competitions.
Yeah.
You diet down, train hard, and supplement smart for months. When the time comes to step on stage, don't leave your tan to chance. Go with the pros. Pro Tan. #1 worldwide since 1987 and the official sponsor of the Olympia for the last 15 years. Don't step on stage without it. Pro Tan.
Yeah. So what's the game plan?
What do you think about it? Is it better like that?
Yeah. I think you're doing it smart. I think it's right. But what's the game plan? What is it that you want to show at the Arnold?
I want to show an improved package to the Olympia with the same or a little bit better condition. And yeah, my presentation should be on point, because there is a best posing award to win. And to give that best posing award to my mother, that would be the coolest thing.
So you're facing Terrence on when it comes to the posing routine. Oh, Brian is also a graceful poser. So
all of the athletes are
actually true, and
especially the 2 guys are very good posers. But yeah, that motivates me to bring up a cool routine.
Yeah,
and, we will see.
They'll be awesome. Yeah, winning both. Why not? Right?
Yeah, it would be great.
What do you think when you read what people say about you right now, and how people put you up there with the Bumsteads and everybody else. What does that do to you? How do you feel about it?
It's very cool to read, but if guys like you or guys in the industry who are well known or they know what they're talking about say to me, hey, you could win the Arnolds or something like that, that's more important to me, but the people don't should understand this wrong. I love the great comments and everything, and I'm very connected with the fans, so that's a cool thing. But at the other side, I want to try to be like in the underdog mentality, and just train so hard, like harder than everybody else, because I think if you're getting lazy and think, everybody thinks I get the next Olympia and then now I can I can slow it down, that's not the right thing for me. And I go back to work, and we'll see what's the outcome in 10 weeks or 11 weeks.
Yeah. But do you believe in your heart you can win it, or you just listen to me?
No, I can. 100%.
You believe it? Good.
Yeah.
Because you have to. It's very important. You got to believe you can do it.
Yeah.
Because Terrence is no joke. So is Brian. Brian. These guys are no joke. But you have what Chris has, and that's the height. And everybody compares you to Chris, and it's a great comparison. And I'm not saying you're going to beat Chris, but what I'm saying is I believe you could be the one that could beat him. If anybody can beat Chris, I don't believe Terrence or Brian will be able to beat Chris anymore if Chris is on. I said the only one that can beat Chris will be you. When that happens, we don't know. Chris maybe retires before that happens, but maybe it happens in 22. Maybe Chris comes in off a little bit, and you know.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about bodybuilding, and
exactly.
I think that's the only thing. Like in no division, it's like in the classic, because there are so many very good athletes, especially in the top 10. Everybody could win this. If I'm 5% out of my shape, then 10 guys are before me, and that's what I think is the point, what makes the classic physique so cool. And because we are all very young, if I want to say one day I want to beat Big Ramy, you can say to me, okay, then train for 10 years and then maybe come back and we talk about it.
Yeah, but then Ramy won't be there by then.
Yeah, that's the next point.
Yeah.
But in the classic, it's like, okay, Urs from the smallest village in Germany, there are more cows like people than people. And 2 years later, he's on the Olympia stage in the top 6 or top 5.
Top 4.
So top 4, yeah.
Yeah.
So everything is possible for classic. That's my opinion.
Is your coach coming with you to the US for the show?
Yeah.
He will.
Yeah.
Who's your coach? I don't remember.
Stefan Kienzl.
Stefan Kienzl.
Yeah, and he prepped the men's physique. Diogo Montenegro. He become third at the men's physique at the Olympia, and it works very good with him. So, yeah.
Who else is there in Germany? Well, we have one more classic physique guy, pro, Mike Sommerfeld. What do you think happened with Mike? What do you think? Why did he not move up in the Olympia? He got what? Did he get 7th, 8th?
8, 7th or 8th.
Yeah. So, what do you think was the problem with him for him not to move into the top 6, for instance?
I think it's the condition point, because at the Olympia stage, I saw your video, what you posted on Instagram, you came out and then you did the most muscular. So what the fuck?
I didn't even do the most muscular. I was just leaning on. I wasn't even flexing.
Hey, I showed it to my girlfriend and she was like, that's another level. So, this conditioning, that's Olympia standard. So you have to be 100% on point. I think you agree to that. And Mike, in my opinion, is like on 90% or 85%. What's the conditioning? Yeah, it's a beautiful line, a beautiful posing,
Beautiful shape, yeah.
but you have to.
So you think if he nails the condition, he'll move up?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think the same. I think his shape is almost unmatched too. Like kind of like you. He has very beautiful shape. He needs that super crisp and dry condition.
That's razor sharp conditioning, but and a little bit denser muscles.
Do you guys communicate at all? Do you guys train together or get together or something?
No, not really. I'm in Berlin, in the north, and he's in the south, and I'm doing my own thing.
Oh, okay. So there's not the camaraderie like it would be over here.
No, and that's what I'm missing a little bit, because in the US, like I said, the top 5 backstage was so familiar, and what's bodybuilding about. Breon trained with me, and we laughed together. And
I tell you how it is here. I tell you how it is in my experience that, once we get ready for the Olympia, we boys all year, and once everybody starts prep, now we start talking. We only talk when it's necessary. I need something from you, and you need something from me. But everybody's laser focused. Mm-hmm. And then it gets to the Olympia. We get to the Olympia weekend, or whatever show it is, Arnold, whatever show. We'll get to the meetings. Everybody's sitting there by himself, like we don't know each other almost. It's like, who are you? Like, I'm here. I'm just focused. So you sign up, you get your badge, you get your number. And then you go for prejudging, backstage, and the stage is still the same. Everybody's in his own little world. As soon as prejudging is over and the comparisons are done, now everybody's boys again. All of a sudden everybody's relaxed. But that's just because, like I said, you focus on something and you don't want to, you don't want nobody to throw you off.
Yeah, that's cool what you said. I'm in my own world, so I'm just in my.
I would like to see the Germans come together a little bit more and have a little bit of camaraderie, especially when there's a couple of athletes going from Germany flying over to the US to compete. There should be some. That's what I'm missing.
Yeah.
Like the camaraderie that we had. Even Marcus, Dennis Wolf. I mean, we were competitors, but you guys come from the same country. I thought there should be some kind of.
Yeah, I know what you want to say, but
and everybody should be happy for the other one's success. That's another thing. That's very important,
Yeah, and that's I think is very hard in Germany because it's not the same like in the US. So I was at the Expo Super Show in Brazil. I had a guest appearance a couple of weeks ago, and the Brazilian athletes are so together. They have I was in Sao Paulo, and they have a house of champions where they live together, eat together, and then
I know, yeah. And you can see the online. I mean, you say something against a Brazilian guy, you're done.
Yeah.
And why can't Germany be the same? Why? I
think because the life in Germany is too good. And
it's just. I had a talk with Mike regarding that. Online, he gets a lot of hate online. Why do you think?
True.
Why do you think that is?
I think because of the character, and other people don't like that kind of character.
But you can't. But you can't make everybody happy.
Yeah, and you don't have to be cool with everybody. That's not what I say. But if you ask me about Mike, I say, hey, he's a very good athlete, and the body is perfect, and the rest of it is, you don't have to be best friends. But
Yeah. I hear you. I understand. Yeah. So maybe, you have a very humble personality, and it comes across. Even you smile all the time, you laugh. I don't even know if you can get angry. I don't know. You probably can't even get angry. Your girlfriend is probably the one that's getting angry. you know, because you always smile. So, you know, and not everybody is like you, you know, but that's why you probably have, you know, the fans on your side when it comes to that, because they can relate to you and they can see how humble you are. And Mike is a cool dude. You know, if you know him, you know how he really is, you know, because sometimes when you try, how can I explain this and not make it look stupid or sound stupid? When you try to make people happy online, you can't. You know, you can't cater to everybody. You have to.
Yeah, and he tries hard at very
maybe,
much.
But maybe because he tried to be successful, and you know, you try to do things right. You know, so for all the German fans, guys, listen, don't knock someone for trying. Let him know this is not the way you like it, and you know, and maybe he finds another way. Because at the end of the day, if you are truly yourself, that's the only way to go. Because then you don't have to fake anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For the guys out there, just be true to yourself and be who you are, and then yeah.
So, last question for you: what are you going to do with the money if you win?
Good question.
Good question.
It's a lot of money. So, I think I take my girlfriend to the best vacations.
Is she coming with you?
Yeah, for sure.
Then
my brother and my girlfriend always.
Then you should go straight to Cancun or somewhere.
Hey, I was in Cancun for the preparation for Olympia, and everybody was partying, and we sitting at the apartment,
maybe
training twice a day.
Yeah,
so
maybe you should go to the Caribbean then, somewhere in the Caribbean.
Yeah,
because you're almost
Vegas.
there. Vacation Las Vegas.
Yeah, party.
Oh, okay. Well, you 20. I forgot you're 22.
Yeah,
Party time. Listen, man. I want to thank you for coming on. I want to thank you for telling us your story, and I hope everything goes super smooth. You know, sometimes there's a couple of obstacles, you know, and you know don't always go super smooth. But I wish you all the best. Train hard. Keep your eyes on the prize, because I'm not always wrong. You know, there's a lot of times where I'm right with what I say. So, and like I said, man, you doing the Arnold I think it's great for Germany, not only for Germany, but it's great for Europe, for the European bodybuilding community, because there's not too many Europeans that have, they do, there's enough to compete, but there's not a lot of them that are on top of their game right now. So you're one of them. So you represent, I think, all Europe. You know what I mean? And I want to say, keep killing it, bro. Just keep doing what you're doing. Don't change anything. And just stay you. Be you, and just ride it until the wheels fall off. Okay?
I will do that. Thank you, Dennis.
Yeah. Do you have anybody you want to thank, sponsors, or anybody you want to give a shout out?
First of all, I want to thank you for saying that to me 4 years ago. And now we're doing a podcast together, imagine. So yeah, thank you for that. Thank you to my sponsors, Vayu and ASN. And thanks to my family and my inner circle.
And don't forget your girlfriend, my man.
That's my family.
Oh, okay. All right, brother. It's all right, man. So we'll talk. Good luck.
Thanks, Dennis.
And stay strong, my friend. Take care, brother.
Yeah.
Bye.
And like and share and comment this.
Yes. Oh, yeah. They're going to like it.
That.
They'll like it. They'll like
it. Got that.
You're a very interesting man right now. Everybody wants to hear what you have to say. So this is going to be a good one. All right, brother?
Yeah.
All right, my man.